That's the thing. It's all about the sales frequency. The sales frequency. What in the world is that? Are you kidding me? Well, the first thing is that I feel like in sales, most people don't understand is that sales actually comes from self-belief in who you are, what you're capable of, and what you feel like you will achieve in the future. That's actually what it comes all down. It's literally all about self-identity and the frequency. For me, I feel like what separates elite sales professionals from everyone else isn't just better scripts, objection handling, or closing techniques. It's actually something much deeper. In this video, what we're going to do is we explore the neuroscience and psychology of what many people call sales frequency, the internal state that's created by genuine self-belief that changes your voice, body language, emotional regulation, and ultimately the decisions that prospects make. If you're an accountant, tax professional, bookkeeper, or really any salesperson, my stuff is good for every industry. But I want to say mastering your internal psychology may be the highest ROI skill you'll ever develop. So with that being said, let's jump into Module 1. What is sales frequency? Most salespeople think confidence is something that prospects hear, right? They don't. They actually experience your confidence. It's there's a frequency that's going on when you're confident, and you push that frequency over into people. Before your prospect consciously evaluates your offer, the brain has already begun evaluating you. They've already begun evaluating not your company, not your pitching, but you. See, your nervous system is communicating long before your words ever do. This is what many people call the frequency. And I don't mean some type of mystical vibration. All right? I mean the total output of your nervous system. Like for example, your breathing, your vocal tonality, your facial expressions, the pacing in which you're using, the certainty in which you're talking, the emotional stability, heck, even the physiological state, right? All of these become information that another human brain possesses automatically. The greatest closers don't merely communicate information, they communicate certainty, all right? And that certainty is what the person is buying. The certainty from your voice and the way you're conveying yourself actually makes them believe in what you're doing, and they buy it. It's the weirdest thing, but it's true. So if you don't believe in yourself, if you got poopy pants, that's how you kind of think. Victim mindset, I like to call it. Well, you'll get victim results, right? It's just how it works. Let's go to Module 2, okay? And make sure you're writing all of this down. What I teach, you'd have to pay thousands of dollars for in a sales program. This is free. All right, Module 2, and that's probably why you're not writing it down, because it's free. But whose income are you hurting? Your own. Module 2, your brain predicts reality, okay? Your brain predicts reality. It's true. The human brain is not designed to discover reality. It's designed to predict reality. It's designed to create its own reality. This concept is known in neuroscience as predictive processing, okay? So what's going on with it? What's going on, Nate? Can you break it down? I'll break it down. Your brain is continuously creates expectations about what will happen next, and those expectations influence your perception, emotion, behavior, the confidence in which you have, and all of that affects your decision making. So, if your identity says, well, I'm probably going to lose this sale, your brain begins searching for evidence that confirms that belief. You speak more cautiously, you hesitate, you rush, you over-explain, you even discount too early. You're seeking for approval. Who cares if they like you or not? Are you adding value or are you not? That's what matters, right? So everything changes, not because your skills disappear, but because your nervous system is operating at a prediction failure. Okay? You're determining your results. I don't know how else to say it. I'm sorry if you think it's fake. Like, that's why you're negative and all of that weird stuff. Like, you determine your results. It's like, I don't get on the phone with people. They don't ask me what's the price. They don't ask me what's the price. I'm not worried about the price. I'm not worried about it at all. Okay, I'm worried about helping them, so they're concerned about me helping them. It's called a frequency. It's just how things work. So Module 3, self-belief changes your biology. People think confidence is psychology. Actually, it's biological. And you have to realize this. When someone genuinely believes in themselves, several things happen simultaneously. Stress decreases, working memory improves, decision making becomes faster, speech becomes smoother, eye contact increases, micro expressions become more congruent, the motor movements become more fluid, your brain literally requires less energy to motor itself. So instead of thinking, am I saying this right? Dude, you know you're saying it right, okay? So instead of saying, am I saying this right, your cognitive resources shift towards solving the prospect's problem. And elite salespeople stop monitoring themselves and they begin observing the customer. And that's a massive neurological advantage. It's all about studying the human behavior, okay? And then you can even go as far as to, you should learn the color coding of personalities. You're able to actually adapt to that personality and speak to that personality, which is really a game changer for you. Forgot where I was going on that, but nonetheless, let's drop down to Module 4. Mirror neurons. Mirror, like a mirror, neurons. Okay, I want you to mirror the neurons. And why confidence transfers? So what happens is they mirror your neurons. So if you're hesitant, oh, I don't know. What do you think happens? They become hesitant, right? It happens every single time. One of the fascinating discoveries in neuroscience involves what researchers call mirror neuron systems, right? And these systems activate when we observe another person's actions and emotional state. Humans naturally synchronize with one another. And this is why anxiety spreads. Even when someone's calm, you feel it. The confidence, it spreads, you feel it. When someone's afraid or timid, I hate when people are afraid around me. I start to feel I'm like, what's going on here? This is so weird. Well, guess what? Confidence is the same way in your sales conversation. So if you act and talk like you know what you're doing, you'll probably close the deal at a higher rate. And leadership spreads. If you conduct yourself as a leader and you act like one and you move like one, right? Well, they start too. They want to be like you. People buy from people they want to be like, right? That emotional state of one nervous system influences another, okay? So if I've got an emotional state, it's going to influence other people. So now you know that, so control it when you're going into the calls. If you got anxiety about going into a call, all you need to say to yourself is, hey, there are no limits and everything is possible. I'm really good at what I do. There are no limits and everything is possible. I'm really good at what I do. You say that like 10 times, or you start to believe it. You start to act and talk like it, right? So when you're uncertain, your prospect often becomes uncertain. When you're calm, the brain begins relaxing. When you believe, it becomes easier for them to believe, right? And confidence is socially contagious. Confidence is socially contagious. You got a confident guy, people around, they all act confident. It works every single time. All right, let's go to Module 5, okay? The voice reveals everything. Your voice carries information your words never can. Tiny changes reveal certainty, fear, hesitation, status, authority, stress, confidence. Even if your script is perfect, your nervous system isn't. Your voice exposes you. Okay, it happens every time. Prospects don't consciously analyze this. They're unconsciously analyzing you every time. It's the mammalian brain, okay? That thing's a darn computer. It's tearing you apart, and they might not even know they're doing it. Okay? So that's what you have to realize, is that they unconsciously analyze me. Their brain simply forms an impression. That's what's going on. This is why two salesmen can read the exact same script, and one closes 40% and the other closes 10%. Well, the words are identical, but their nervous systems were way different. Okay? So one was speaking different, talking different, answering questions at a different rate, asking better questions because they were more calm and confident. That's the name of the game. So when you look at your income and you look at your revenue, it's no longer the economy, it's no longer the market, none of that fake stuff you lie to yourself about. It's you, dude. You got to make a change. So I'm not here to make a motivational video right now or anything like that, but you need to do a lot of things when no one can see you that make you believe in yourself more. Like if you say you're going to go and read a book, you should probably read the book. If you say you're going to work out, you should probably work out. And the list goes on and on and on. Well, all of that will help you have confidence, okay? Not lying, don't like lying, all of that matters. So those are the things that determine your confidence, and then when you're in public, you'll behave a certain way, you'll sell a certain way. So really, you're in control of your income. All right, let's go to Module 6. and write this down. Identity creates frequency. Identity creates frequency. Look, most people try to act confident. Elite performers become confident. You got to do all the things I just said, like literally we just talked about. Well, that's an enormous difference. Behavior follows identity. If you see yourself as someone trying to make a sale, your brain behaves one way. If you see yourself as a trusted advisor capable of changing businesses, well, everything changes. Identity alters physiology. Psychology, physiology, biology, all of philologies, right? It literally alters all of it, okay? Communication alters perception. Perception alters decisions. Confidence isn't emotion. It is the behavioral consequence of identity, all right? Let's go down to Module 7. Why prospects buy your certainty. Guys, business owners don't simply purchase information, they purchase confidence in a future outcome. So every buying decision contains uncertainty. Your job isn't to eliminate all uncertainty. Your job is to become the most certain person in the conversation. Because when uncertainty meets certainty, certainty usually wins, right? Every single time. So that's leaders, influence, that's sales. All right, let's go to Module 8. Building unshakable self-belief. Building unshakable self-belief. So with this one, I feel like real confidence isn't positive thinking. It's just evidence that you've compounded. Every presentation completed, down to every objection that you've overcome, every business that's been transformed, every difficult conversation survived, every promise you've kept to yourself. Self-belief is accumulated proof, and that is why elite performers obsess over preparation. Preparation becomes evidence, and evidence becomes belief, and belief becomes certainty, and certainty becomes influence, and influence becomes revenue, right? I basically just gave you the blueprint, and I've been explaining it throughout the whole program. All right, let's go to Module 9. Whole program. It's a video. It is a sales program. It's close to one. All right, Module 9. Hey, title this the Elite Sales Formula. Okay? The Elite Sales Formula. This is the top progression that I would say every top performer will eventually discover. Look, you discovered it today. All right? So you're a top performer. You need to start acting like one. Start watching more videos. Start reading. Start selling. Start reaching out to business owners. But this is the elite sales formula right here. I want you to understand that knowledge creates competence, and competence creates confidence, and confidence creates emotional regulation. Emotional regulation creates certainty. Certainty changes your communication. Communication changes trust, and trust changes buying behavior. What happens then is revenue becomes the byproduct. So notice what isn't first. Closing techniques. Those matter, but they amplify what's already there. They cannot manufacture genuine conviction. So when I talk to someone, and boy, they're passionate, and boy, they believe in it, and boy, they're confident, yeah, I'll probably do what they say. I'll probably listen to them. So that's what you got to realize here, that it's language, it's belief in oneself, it's a frequency. It's called a frequency. And you can give that frequency to other people. They'll take it from you, and then they'll buy into what you're saying. They'll buy your services from you. Okay? So, not my fault you don't believe what's real. You're just, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know. Stuck. You're stuck. Hopefully this will open up your eyes and take you to the next level, that your internal thinking is shaping your reality. Well, if you're curious in how I know all of this, just message me and I'll give you a bunch of books to read, and then you can change your life like I did mine. Do many great things with sales. So I do want to leave you on this. I'll title it The Final Lesson. Just write down, sales is two nervous systems having a conversation. Before your prospect evaluates your service, your product, whatever you're offering, realize that the first thing they're doing is evaluating your certainty. Before they believe your recommendation, they decide whether they believe you. And before they believe you, you must believe you. It's like, how can you help another person if you can't help yourself, type of thing, right? And that is sales. So yeah, communication is not that hard when you think about it. It's really just like, what do you think inside of you? And then it comes out like that. So because the highest frequency in sales isn't excitement, it isn't charisma, it isn't manipulation, all it is authentic conviction backed by competence, right? So when your identity, your preparation, the psychology and your belief become aligned, you stop trying to convince people and you become someone worth believing, someone worth wanting to do business for. So really just kill fear, any fear that you have, and live life like you don't have fear. Like when you're reaching out to these business owners, don't have fear, just do it. Just do it. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. So really, what's holding you back from making more money would be your internal thinking. So what is frequency? Whatever you're drumming up here is going to come up out here, and it's going to dictate your reality out here. And then you can take that positive frequency that you have, you go push it into other people, and you can make them do what you want to do. You can make them buy a program. You can make them buy a service. Obviously, like I said, competence goes with it and skill set, but shoot, I can give a really highly skilled salesperson a script, and I can give a moron a script, but boy, he believes in himself like no other. He probably will outsell the highly skilled one. So, because all of that they're doing is buying conviction. That's the name of the game, so hopefully it helps you out. If it did, make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and as always, definitely check us out at Universal Accounting Center. Been in school for almost 50 years now. You get a program and a coach for up to 1 to 2 years, so we'll see you around.